Hey guys, this is a general reading for Scorpio for February 2020. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have significant Scorpio in your chart, if you're just drawn to this reading, if you're a cross watcher, really for whatever reason. If you want more of a complete picture, or to, if this doesn't resonate with you, also check out all those placements I just said of my videos I've either already made or will make in the future. Energy is fluid. So this could have already happened. It may be happening now. It could happen in the future. Some, none, or all of this may apply. I can read this as you. It could be someone else significant to you. I could read this as love. It could be career. Just apply it to your life as necessary. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. You know, just take what fits and leave the rest. Thank you so much for those of you who have contributed to my channel by liking, sharing, subscribing. Please hit the bell. I'm putting out different types of videos, and I will be putting out a lot more that I'm already working on, as well as other people that I'll be collaborating with. So please hit the bell so you're notified of that and you don't miss any. But those of you who comment, I love that. I love connecting with your guys' energy, even though I can't, don't have time to respond to all of you guys. But for those of you who don't have like the money to work with me, service-wise or even donation-wise, you guys liking the video and commenting is a way to donate to my channel and give back for not only the reciprocity of energy, but if this video has helped you in some way. So not only is it a way to give back and give thanks, but also it helps circulate the channel for other people in the videos, for other people who need to hear it. So please comment on the videos and I greatly appreciate it. Also, for those of you who have asked about donations and participated with that, thank you so much. It means more than you know, because most that I take from this channel goes back to my own healing and learning modalities to heal myself and also to help other people through these times. So it's a way not only of giving back for my services, but to help me help you guys, which I can do in person or distant. And that list is just growing. So I just keep learning and learning and learning. So if you're interested, so thank you for those who have, but if you're interested, my PayPal information, my email information, my service information, all of that's in the description box below. Please read the disclaimer as well. If you have questions, email me though. I do have shamanic services I haven't added yet. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'll be adding those. Like I said, I want to get a couple things squared away before I add that on. But as far as like shamanic illuminations, soul retrievals, destiny retrieval, power animal retrieval, other services too, some of those would be in person, like death rites or house clearings. But if you're wondering if I do it, just email me and I'll let you know. And if I don't, I'll be honest, and I have a pretty big soul group, so I'll let you know if I know somebody who does. So in the meantime, if you're wondering about shamanic services, send me an email. But all the information is in the description box below. So thank you who also have done services with me. It means a lot, and I love working with you guys. Okay? I think that's it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. Scorpio, I'm just going to get started with your reading. I don't really feel guided to talk a whole lot beforehand on the energy. But I will say when I'm shuffling these cards, these two cards kept coming up a lot. For you guys. The Death card and the Hangman. So here you are. I mean, it was a lot coming up. They would just keep flinging out at first, and then they'd be like, when I'd cut the deck, they'd be there. They'd be at the bottom of the deck. Damn it. So there's some change that you're going through that I believe is really going to help your perception. It might be a little uncomfortable for you. So I'm going to leave these here and kind of probably hit back up on them later. But there is some change and maybe some ending, at the very least, some change that you are or will be going through. And it may be very uncomfortable. But it's to help you look at things from a different perspective. Some of you might also be dealing with an Aries, because in some of your oracle cards, there were like the same ones that came up for Aries. And I know Scorpio is coming up very prevalent in the Aries video. It could also be a Pisces. But either way, in the center of your reading, you have the Page of Wands. So, some new, like, passionate beginning. And I'm not sure if you're on it yet. You may not even see it that way. You may or may not. But it's really about starting anew and kind of having that more flame and passion towards wherever you're going or whatever you're doing. This could also be a child. Maybe there's changes or something going on with children in your life. Maybe some changes that are affecting children. But this is also you on like a new part of your journey in some way. Whether it's something you're creating, a new job, just a new gusto in life. Maybe it's sexual. But either way, there's something affecting it where there's a change going on. A turning of the wheel. I don't feel the need to go deeper than that. Something's changing around you. And I do think it's for the better and it's going to help you out. You may or may not see it that way. It's just really crazy because I feel very optimistic about it. But at the same time, there is a lot of fears also coming up. So I'm not sure. I think it's going to be different for everybody. I'm just going to go on. But I'm just not sure if you guys are the one creating this or not. Or if the universe is coming in and helping you out with this. Because there needs to be an end of a cycle and a shift in your perspective. What's in the foundation of the reading is, it kind of comes out in two parts. Like you have the Knight of Wands and you have the Emperor. So very much could be dealing with, this is a lot of fire. The Emperor a lot of times for me comes out as either an Aries, Scorpio, or a Taurus. But there's a lot of fire here. So it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But also next to that, there's the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So I feel like for one, I feel like there's, I don't know exactly, a maturation to mature on your part. Going, like whatever this is happening is to help you, like I said, to help shift your perspective. There may be an end of a cycle for you where you're going sort of from Knight of Wands to the Emperor. And this could be in different ways. Like in some ways you could be more the Knight of Wands, and in some way the Emperor. The Emperor is very much somebody who's very structured and controlled, father type figure, supervisor type figure, boss, creator even, but more creator in the sense that they supervise, like they dictate, delegate. there's some part of that. Your energy is really here. Your energy is a little hard to tap into, so bear with me on this. There's a part or a realization you've had too about a level of responsibilities and worries and burdens that you just may not want to deal with anymore, or because of that you haven't seen. Like if you look, like he's carrying all this weight, all these burdens, but because of that his head is planted, like he's not really able to see. And a lot of this is also like a thought or a download or seeing. I mean, it is triumph too. Maybe you're going through a lot and you're wondering whether you're going to come out on top, and you are. In multiple ways do the cards show that. So you will come out okay here. Get down. Hey, go. You will come out okay here. There is a level of success to this. But I think it's also like Scorpios a lot of times, I guess in that way they're similar to Taurus like that. It just has to be something they're really important, that's important to them. They don't really let go easily. Not when it's something that they've really been working towards or really invested in. And that way they can be a lot like Aries and Taurus, where they will just keep, you know, building and collecting. They'll keep going. They don't really know when to give up. They will keep just trying and trying and trying and not really know when to initiate their own gifts and their own powers. Almost they see it as like a weakness or a failure. And because of that, it's really, I think, limited you, or blinded you in some ways. So I don't really know how this is piecing together yet, but I'm just going to go with it and see how or if it does, or maybe this will be one that, like, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but, like, you guys do, okay? Get damn. Sorry. There may even be another part of you that wants to go and play and explore and expand. So not only is there a part of you that is growing from this, there's a part of you that also has. And like I said in past readings, because it also had to grow, maybe even a little bit too soon, or for whatever reason, it did kind of stunt another part of you. There's almost a sternness to all this, but yet an excitement at the same time. Like there's a part of you that really wants, like this, what's at the center of the reading, to like go play, go explore, go start a new journey. Almost wanting to release all or some of the responsibility, the worry, the I don't want to have to worry about everybody anymore. I don't want to have to sacrifice anymore. I can really feel this in my throat and in the pit of my stomach. Like, it's a hard decision between taking care of and carrying on what you've either built or maybe even what you've, you know, developed or accumulated. But at the same time, it's kind of like it's draining you. Like you can't really be you, whether you've never really been able to let that part of yourself out or whether you're discovering that part of yourself. You can't really explore other parts of yourself. You almost have to, and I think this was in your last guys' reading. I'm sorry, sometimes I jumble my words. Like your guys' last reading, where it was just this face, you know, there was a face to it all of needing to be strong and needing to be, you know, stern and the security and the guiding and the person who has it all together. And nobody realizing at the same time that you don't have it all together. Sorry, this makes me want to cry. So it's having to play face. Meanwhile, because of that, you know, you're kind of the one suffering. It's a lot to bear. It's a lot of burden on your shoulders. And because of the fact that you, I mean, most Scorpios anyways, they don't talk about that type of stuff. Most people aren't going to see that or know that, or even understand. And so there might be like repercussions that are happening because of it. That they just don't understand where you're coming from. They may not understand your perspective on it. Because you also don't share. You just take it on yourself and you just keep going and doing the best you can. Meanwhile, there's another part in you that just wants to just go do your thing and play and explore. And it's that part of you, I feel, it's almost like I can see it just like bursting out. Right? This is almost where this death energy and this hangman energy is coming in. Whether the universe is removing all of this so that you can't keep it going anymore, so that you can see a different perspective, or whether there is something initiated within you that's wanting to just burst out. Like, it's very hard to have these two energies inside of you. It's a very, on one hand, a dualistic type of energy where this one is needing to remain stern and stay put, and this one is wanting to like run and go. It's a very more flighty energy, one that is definitely not in one space for too long. I'm not sure if some of you might also be kind of like living two lives because of this. But they're kind of like two conflicting energies. It's very much a face and what's behind the face. And maybe seeing that. I mean, I know you've already seen it, but you may be getting to a point where you can't stay in such extreme dualities much longer, whether it's because you're just getting to an age where you don't have the energy to, whether it's because of all the energies, what's going on lately and all the people waking up and the planets pushing you to do it and all that. Either way, you can't. In the past, you have Ace of Pentacles. So maybe this is the energy coming in that is pushing you towards this new beginning. Let's pull on it and see. It may not even be something positive. It may be something like a loss of a job. It could be something like a marriage or a relationship ending. But it coming, you know, whenever something's removed, you know, it also leaves an opening for a new energy or new things to come in. Which might be why in your crowning or in your thoughts, you're sitting here with the 9 of Cups, which is a little bit more of a single energy, but also one that's more focused like on yourself. Tell me the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Whatever has been anchoring you or holding you down, whatever, whether it's singular or plural, has kind of been changed or removed. A commitment of some sort. Because you have the anchor in reverse. Because it went from Tower, and then luck coming in with, like I said, the universe helping out, the stars, prison again. You have 2 prison cards. And then here comes your more kind of flighty, moving energy. The anchor, which would hold you down, is reversed, and then commitment. So this might actually be from something changing or removing in your life. It could be something positive too. So it could be like a change in the way you do your job. It could be a change in your relationship. It could be either way. It could have come through something happy or not happy. It could have been through money. So now, due to money and you not having to worry about that, you can now, I don't know, do other things that you want to do. Because a load has been made easier in some other part of your life. But either way, it's seen as an energy coming in that helps you be able to be a little bit more abundant, a little bit more focusing on you, a little bit more being able to do what you want to do. Might even be single. Because let's not forget, the energy that's affecting here is the change, right? Like whether it's through the universe or something else, things, the wheel is changing, it's turning over. In your likely future, you have the 9 of Swords. So you go from feeling good to being anxious, scared, and worried. Same in your likely outcome. I mean, this is also wish fulfillment too. So it might have been something that you wanted, whether it's money, a person, something emotional. Why 9 of Swords? I feel like there's a lot of stuff coming up. Usually when you get to this level 2, where you're sitting here all the time like this and like this, there's usually a lot of codependency that goes with that as well. You know, you're also shifting a lot of perspective here. And so, in my opinion, the 2 intense signs of the zodiac is Taurus and Scorpio. So, of course, you know, they're opposite signs. They're also, you know, all the fixed signs are known to be the most stubborn. But I think Scorpios, I mean, Leos and Aquarius really give a good run for the money. So do some other signs. But due to the level of intensity that Scorpios and Tauruses can have, they're really a rebel for the cause. You know what I mean? They're really, if they really feel sure of something, they're very, very intense about it. So it can also lead to stubbornness or control issues. So some of that might also be coming up. That's being hard to let go of for you guys. What can you tell me about this Nine of Swords? So you have the Skull. So, I mean, there's you. There's could be a death of some type. Maybe some of you that did get a money through inheritance. Something's not going according to plan. This was more ingrained in your life and in beliefs and thought, than you thought. You might even be going through a type of like dark night of the soul, to be honest with you. Due to all this change that's happening and it not going exactly the way you thought, it's bringing up a lot of stuff for you energetically, but especially stuff that's affecting your mind space. Something that should have been good or pleasant is ending up to where it's affecting your life and your body and your mind and everything. It's more ingrained than you thought. There's a lot of, also I get like patterns here, ancestral issue. It's just very ingrained in way more than you thought. Like your beliefs, how you see things, the way you go about things. I mean, this is going to be different for everybody. Some of you might have actually literally had a death in the family. Some of you, there's just changes in life cycles, whether it's marriage, job. Something that was supposed to be a blessing is ended up being kind of difficult for you. And what's that again? Some of you might be having issues with work too, or there's so much trouble going on at home that like all you're doing is working to try to take your mind off like your home life or something else that's going on for you. Maybe even stuff with children is really plaguing your mind. I really get a lot of what's coming to me is the mental perception on it of it. Like you're really in your head about it and really having a hard time seeing past like the illusions and letting go of what really doesn't matter at the end of the day, or the judgment, or it's almost like you're wanting to hold on to everything exactly the way it is while wanting to embrace all of the new, right? And you really can't do that. That rarely happens. There is a sacrifice. There's always a price to pay. But also there's going to be a part of you that's going to resist letting go of that of you, like that identity of you So it is going to resist letting that go or losing that anyways. Mostly it's not really a loss, it's a transition. You know, that's the way Tauruses usually see this type of stuff too, is as a loss. And I'm a Taurus sun. So, I mean, what I've really had to learn on it is they're not really losses, you know. They really gain you by what else they bring into your life. But, you know, you guys do a little bit better with the pain of it. But it's mostly mental, which is why it's the Nine of Swords. But it's mostly mental. And it's a lot of the illusions and the false beliefs and the, whether it's from you, whether it was stuff from your family, whether it was from like work or judgments of people or your fears. I mean, there's just all this is coming up. I'm telling you, it's all the same stuff that a lot of times leads to like the dark night of the soul. So I don't know if you guys are or not. There's a lot of conflict going on. There might be battles around you, whether it is about if somebody's passed, whether it is about work, whether if there's a divorce or a breakup. But there's some battling. So not only are you having to deal with this on your own and letting all this go and transitioning, but your life is also changing a lot around you. And there may be a lot of like arguments and everything. So not only are you alone to yourself, but you're alone because like you may not feel you have anybody to trust. You may not know who you can trust. You may not have anybody to confide in, or even trying to figure out if you even want to, or you can. Can you even make sense of it enough to talk to somebody? I know sometimes Scorpios are very discombobulated and intense to the point where sometimes it's hard for them even to talk about things with people because they don't even know how to make sense of it. And if they don't, it's not right then, you know? I mean, there's a lot of other reasons too, but that is one of them, I think. And there's just a lot of pettiness, a lot of competition, and you're having to like move forward through that and like kind of cut things away. Hopefully to be your best self. But it could be either cutting away a significant partner. I mean, you have the Emperor here in the foundation, and you have the Empress here. It could also be deciding, like, you're conflicted about, there's a lot of people in the mix about who to move forward to, whether it's, you know, you have a Queen and an Empress here. Who do you go with? Who do you cut away? There might be something going on with your mom. It could be a mother of children. This is also Taurus and Libra, Aquarius. But maybe you're, I don't know, like just taken away from like everything emotionally. All offers, all attention. You just really don't know. You're just stuck like Chuck and you're trying to figure it out and you're just mentally exhausted. You're like trying to heal and come back together and know where to go forward in a balanced way. I'm not even going to go any further on this because I just get this vibe that it's so many different ways for you guys. So I don't know. Let's go forward. How you see yourself. Well, now this makes sense. To what I've been saying is you have the Hermit. You know, you're full on in Hermit vibe. You're like just keeping the stuff to yourself, going in, seeing how you feel about it all, going for your own, you know, elder or inner wisdom, looking to your own guidance to figure this out because, like I said, you may not even know who to trust. You may not have anybody you can trust. You may not even know how to express what's going on here. You're just like doing your own thing and focusing on your own stuff. Like what is your path? How do you go forward with this? Like I get just not really wanting to blend your energy with many others. Unless you're really sure it's good for you, it's clear. and they'll either not invade your space or try to tell you what to do, or you know they have good advice and you respect them in that way. What's in your environment? Again, you have another Virgo card, so you could have a lot of Virgo going on here. But somebody could be single, somebody could be independent. But there could be someone in your environment that really just has their head up, like they're doing good, they're very prosperous, they're very independent. Could be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. You do have at least 2 Virgo cards here, though. But this could also just be the energy around you, like just straight up energy, like Virgo energy, where you're just to yourself, doing your own thing. You could be single or they could be single. You could just be working a lot, trying to get your money right. Tell me about... This could be also the Empress. So the Taurus or Libra. Somebody that you're trying to have, like, it's really hurt you. You're either done thinking about it, or you just don't know what to do about it, and you want to go to them. The Empress. But you're having a lot of discipline. And strength. You're really holding yourself back, but you feel like it's what you want, or you want to heal it, one or the other. You feel like it's meant for you in some way, but you really don't know what to do with it or how to make it right. Yeah, because it's also coming up as the Queen of Pentacles. And the Nine of Cups, like what you want, along with the Hermit. There may be, for a lot of you, like having to make a decision, or even if you're not having to make a decision, like you're just constantly going back and forth. Like I said, it's this back and forthness within you, like doing what's right and doing what you want, doing what's right and doing what you want. Please also remember too, like there's a difference between what you want and what you need. So just make sure whatever it is you're wanting to go after, that it will fulfill or be able to satisfy something that you need. And it's not just something that you want, for egoic or selfish reasons, but that it's actually something that your soul craves for a level of either healing or growth or evolution or, whatever. But how they see you is, so you have the 7 of Cups, you have the 10 of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the 2 of Swords. So you're seen as maybe having a lot of options, maybe even a little bit confused. You're very standoffish. You're blocking yourself off. They could see you as what they want too, but that you're confused as to what you want and how to go towards it. Also a, decision, honestly, between sex and emotions, or sex and family. There's really just a closed offness here and a confusion and a being torn between what you've built. I get a lot of times too, for the 10 of Cups, what, like an image of what society says you should have to be successful. Like that picture perfect image. There's a lot you might be having to work through mentally and energetically on your beliefs and your passions and what you want. I mean, that's the simplest way to put it. It's going to be different. It's a general reading. So look at my services for a private reading if you want to know more like detailed, or if this applies to you or what to do specifically. But you're really guarding yourself off. You're not speaking or saying anything. You're actually pretty confused. You really don't know what direction you want to go, and you're torn between that which you've built that does have a part of your emotions and your heart, but mostly it really wraps up the ideal perfect image of what you should do. And then there's just this base energy of just sex and passion and moving forward. Also learning too, like how to use that creative energy in a proper way, you know? And that might be another thing you want to think about. Like sexual energy and creative energy are the same energy. So it just depends on you, how you use it as an outlet. So, I don't know, maybe in the meantime, maybe try creating, you know, and see if that helps kind of ease your creative spark a little bit. But I definitely see sex a lot with that Ace of Wands. I don't see that with all Ace of Wands, but for this one, it's really basically between love, maybe even family of what you've built, and sex excitement and wanting to explore and build. So I don't know. And your hopes, which kind of matches with this, you have the Seven of Swords, and you have the Eight of Wands. So, you know, there's a whole lot of wands. You got a lot of wands energy, a lot of passion energy, action, could be even sexual. Like I said, the torn between the father and the player, you know, the father, the boss, and the charismatic, like, what's up, girl type energy. They're really, you know, you're really torn between the two, and which one do you play off if maybe they're not playing so nicely right now together. Maybe it's hard to integrate the two of those. And maybe you've done a good deal, like you've made it work for a while to where you've able to, you know, chill with both of them. But maybe it's not working so much anymore. And you might either have to figure out how to integrate those energies, or decide which one is really you and which one is more important to you. Which one are you, not the one that like your mom or dad said you should do, or society said you should do, or good job, you're successful in life type thing. Or find a different way to creatively express that sexual side. But it just seems like there may be a point where these energies are not playing so well inside of you, and you've got to do something with it, because you're really either wanting to like sneak away, or you really want to like, you just want to go and do things and either cause your chaos or play, or just get in the playground and get dirty, you know? Like this guy. This guy doesn't get in the playground and get dirty, but this guy does. And you're really wanting to like get in the playground and get dirty. And for whatever way it applies to you, you can't. You're having to feel like mischievous about it in some way. Or you're conflicted about it in some way. But there's a whole lot. I mean, this could also be texting. This could be communicating. This could be someone at a distance. It's just a whole lot of action, and not even just communication and all that. I mean, really, if you took like the Seven of Wands, and then you went to the Nine of Wands. The Seven of Wands is like keeping things off and preparing for battle. The Nine of Wands is you've been through battle and you're recovering. So, I mean, technically this is that whole lot of chaos coming in, right? Like, you want this level of chaos. You want this level of change. You want this level of, you know, ha ha ha, in whatever way, whether it's just fun, whether it's sexual, whether it's we need to change this up, like, and the thing is, like, what do you do with that? You know what I mean? Like, are you able to do that and keep your situation the same, but also fulfill this energy you're wanting to do? Like, how can you transmute this energy and do it in a productive way? Or do you have to let it go? Or, you know, is what you have not really true to you anyways? So you have to let it go and build anew. Really, this to me feels a lot of like an evolution of Scorpio energy. That evolution in a way where unevolved Scorpios more do a lot of their stuff and healing through, you know, chaos and pain, and they just love drama. You know, they love drama, they love chaos, they love pain, they love just being that strategist that was like, that's right, you didn't see it, I did it, you know. And then a lot of times when they evolve, and there's way more stages to a Scorpio evolving than others, but they usually evolve in a way where they I just either own their ways, and even if they stay in the dark on it, they just transmute that because there is a need for the dark in this world, and they just do it in a different way, or you transmute it in a healing way where it's different. You're not really necessarily wanting to start over, because in your fears, you have the Page of Pentacles. So it's really this indecision, or like I said before, it was like, I don't want to let go of or totally let go of what I have and what I've built. But there's another part of me that's screaming out that needs something, and they just may not play well in the sandbox together. So it's really going to make you go in a lot and work with your energies and who you are and how can I get this to work. I hope you don't manipulate in order to try to get everybody in the sandbox together. And do it through honesty and being true, with everybody, including yourself. But I just feel this very strongly. I can feel it all within me, where it's just, I want to play and I want to go have fun and I want to do what I want to do, and I want to talk to who I want to talk to, and I want to explore and play, and whatever that drive in me just tells me to do, I want to do it. And there is going to be a level of balance and boundaries to this, tempering this. The Strength card you're going to need to do. I mean, you're never going to be able to just go all at it like that. You might even be remembering when you were younger, when you used to be able to do that when you were younger. It's probably not going to work. But it can, in a sense, if you're honest about it and people all sign up for that with the same thing. I mean, there's all types of people in this world. So just remember that. It may not be who you want. Maybe stop trying to control who particularly is in your life and just open it up to the person who aligns with your values, your wants, and your desires. I'll give you an example. So say if you're like, I really want to build my family up, but I really, I like having sex with multiple people, or I just really energetically align with people and it just sucks because I'm with somebody, or I've built this up that I can't share that space with you, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people who, especially who have a fear or a lack mentality, feel like, well, nobody's ever going to sign up for that. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to ever sign up where we can just all like cohabitate together or, mingle together. Or it's just, not only that, but I think you like the mental screwery of it a little bit. I think you like being able to pull one over on people. And like, it just excites you. like ha ha ha. But these are all parts of yourself you're going to have to address. Do you want to keep doing it in a lower energy kind of way? No judgment. If you do, you do. Or do you just want to be honest about it and then align with people who also want that? Can you be open and honest about it? Is this going to push your communication skills? Or if you have communication or throat blocks, is it going to push that? Are you responsible enough to be able to push through that and handle it in an adult way? Because there is a way to carry this energy, but to do it with this backing it, where you are handling things in an adult-like, responsible, respectful way with people, but you can still bring your youthful, kind of zesty energy and let people let it be their choice. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, there really is people in this world who would choose that. It's just, you have to let people choose that. Like, hopefully you don't manipulate to get everybody to play well in the sandbox, or to make them think they are, or to get everything you want and they don't even know they're in a freaking communal sandbox. You know what I mean? So, I don't really know. Maybe you guys are going to know more than I am, like really what's going on with you guys that are helping shift this perspective. Maybe somebody's threatening to leave. Maybe you're threatening to leave. Maybe there's just a lot of toxicity, more than you're even wanting, more drama than you even want that's being caused from this. And you're just like, I don't want to let that go. And really look at the reasons. Why don't you want to let it go? Is it for societal reasons? Is it, you know, out of codependency? Is it out of security? Do you really even want them there outside of those reasons? Do you not feel successful if you don't have that built up? Make sure it's the right reasons. But if you're wanting really to keep that and it's for the right reasons, but yet you want this other part of yourself, then there seems like there's something you're having to work through with yourself. Whether it's your creative blocks, your sexual blocks, speaking up, talking, a lack mind frame, because somebody who didn't would be like, and also doesn't try to control the situation, would be like, here's what I want, who's down? Because I'm here to choose me. If you're not down, I'm okay with having the life I want. I don't care who the people are that align with it. You're going to have to possibly release that control and being like, I want this person to be this, look like this, them to be like this, and this, and they have to align with myself. Maybe try to manifest it, but also be open to just know that they may not look exactly the way you want them to look. They may not talk exactly the way you want them to talk. They might not have the background you want them to have, or whatever. But they're able to be abundant and grow with you and allow your soul to grow because they share the same thoughts and vibration and desires and all of that. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep going on that. That was a very deep energy with that, with your desires. Like, you're really wanting to go and play and take action, and there's a little bit of mischievousness to it. I think you love this whole, you know, much love 10 of Cups thing, but there's a part of you that needs to know how to go and play and strategize and either figure out whether you want to do it in your old ways or whether there's a way you can transform that energy and transmute it to a way that is either you now and or it plays well with what you've currently built. Because it doesn't look like you want to build anew. Personally, it doesn't. You don't want a Page of Pentacles. You also don't want to learn new, but you don't want to build new. Which is weird, because in your past, you got the Ace of Pentacles. So maybe it's something that wasn't that great for you. And then you went to the 9 of Cups. So maybe you thought you wanted it and you ended up not wanting it, or you just really didn't want it. Like, they're not pleasant forms of those cards. Maybe you don't want to build anew because you don't want to release control and all that. I don't know. It's going to be different for people. Let's actually look at that. Why doesn't they want to do the Page of Pentacles? So you have 10 of Pentacles and Judgment. Tell me a little bit more about this. Queen of Pentacles. You're really trying to avoid this change. Yeah, in this new beginning. There may be some type of judgment, whether it's literally a relationship or a divorce, or you've realized something about somebody. Maybe could even be a mother, or issues around a mother, or a mother passing, or a mother of your children, but you're trying to avoid this change. You're staying stuck, you're staying confused, you're staying not seeing, and you don't want to deal with everything that comes along with this new beginning and learning. Yeah. And then it goes the Five of Swords, which leads to your likely outcome, which is the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands, which matches your likely future of the Nine of Swords. So you are resisting like a move. Like you are resisting whatever change this is needing, but it is causing you like mental confliction, like mental wars, like I'll win, I'm gonna do what I want, I've got this. Like it's making you so miserable to where like nobody wants to be around you, and not only do people not want to be around you, but you're driving them away. Meanwhile, you're just sitting there like battled and worn and ready for the next fight and alone. But you are really, really resisting this. I think the Page of Pentacles is actually something that would be good for you. But you're wanting to want what you want so bad that you're not willing to change or budge or compromise and try to have everything you want. And if you're not careful, I'm not going to say you'll end up with nothing you want, because I don't think it'll work out that way. I think you'll end up seeing the light and realizing that you'll end up surrendering and just seeing what was best for you anyways. But you're really needing to like, you have surrender. You're really needing to surrender here and see things from all sides. Be a little bit more working with others and compromising. There's a lot of fear-based things coming up here, and a lot of just indecision and needing to be honest and have discipline on your part. Also working for others and talk, like put your voice out there. It will help you make your decisions. Like you don't have to do all this alone. Like you're just going to drive people away, and then you're going to have nothing of what you wanted or have to start all over again, which is not the worst outcome. You're just really you would literally then go through a full Phoenix phase. But you need to like also do what's best for you. But speak your truth to the people around you. Like ask for guidance, whether it be through a tarot reader, somebody that you respect, or like an elder. You need to go out in nature and meditate. You have a lot of here of listening to self-wisdom. Let go of the need to control. Trust in the wisdom of a divine plan. You need to release and relax during the releasing. Like you're not gonna be able to hold on to everything. And you're stuck in this, what I really want and what I've built up. And there really is no way to keep all that. Not exactly in the way you're seeing. But just remember your power in all this, and please don't abuse it in a manipulative way. But you have intent. Focus your energy. There's amazing power in a strong intention. You have power. You're very scorpionic. Own your power. Every storm brings a fresh new beginning. Peace. Embrace the confusion. Let there be peace and not knowing all the answers. Blessings. Count your blessings and goals. Like, work with your death Phoenix type energy during this time. And remember that you do have a choice in this. You do have power in this. And it will bring you peace and blessings and bringing your goals together. It's just you can't really see yet how it's forming for you or how to bring it all in, because you're trying to grip on and control it all. Like I said, there is a lot of Aries energy here. It's the same for Aries. But you have healing from heartache. So I don't know if, something really bad did happen for you guys. Under that, what comes around, the past returns for a while, collision of belief styles, attitudes, energies, intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence, sweet memories, be your true self. Law is not justice, rules that are not fair. So you have healing from heartache, law is not justice, rules that are not fair. I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. So there's some change happening in your life, like I said, whether it's a family death and or a marriage ending, something with children. There's a lot of stuff. You have feeling blocked and restrained choices. You have a lot of ancestral stuff coming up here. So ancient, ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance. Like, this really talks about a lot of like ancestral patterns, and whether this is a time you're going to realize a lot of those ancestral patterns and how you've been living them in the same way, and whether or not you want to continue doing that and letting them keep you bound. Or if you haven't, if you don't know about your ancestral ways, you may be wanting to learn or look into it, or maybe even go to somebody who could help tap into this for you, because it would benefit you to know. You may want to know what patterns you've been sitting in that is the same as like, on your mother's side of the family, what they've always done. On your father's end, like codependency, like why did they do what they're doing? Are you just repeating it? And I hope you choose not to. I mean, usually Scorpios are rebels in that way of, they don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I mean, yes, there's loyalty to their family, but you guys are usually smart enough to see whether that loyalty to some type of family trait or line is something that's benefiting you or not. And you usually stand up for who you are and what you believe is right. There may just be a level of ignorance or lack of knowledge here to where you don't even see the patterns in your family that you're carrying on to your detriment. And maybe you might want to either change them, like see them consciously and change them, or at least if you choose to carry them on, you're doing it in an I'm choosing to in an empowering way and not like a victim mentality way, because it is impacting you. Spreading of conditions, influencing impact. So there's a lot here that you're doing of patterns, and especially family patterns, ancestral karma. And then you have also Joker is wild. And this is saying like it may seem chaotic or like everything is against you right now, but it's not. Like the universe or whatever is doing this for your benefit and to help you out. It's doing it actually in your favor, even if you can't see it yet. And that this is actually like a ball of energy for you to do something with and create the life you want. And yeah, it's sad. There may be things you're going to have to let go of. There's going to be you doing shadow work within yourself. You're going to have to like surrender. You're going to have to like let go of control. You're going to have faith and trust and just let go and see how it comes together, because chances are there's going to be something that comes together for you in a way that you couldn't have even imagined or planned out if you even tried. And I know that's hard to see because I feel like both Scorpios and Taurus have a very strong knowing to them. But just from my own personal experience, the way my life is going right now, I would have never been able to plan this out. I wouldn't have even known to plan it out. And I'm glad that I didn't have my way. So it's ending up so much better and so much greater and just so much more like beautiful and amazing and happy and abundant. And I was really limiting myself with what I thought I wanted, or with what I thought I could do, or with what I thought I wanted to create. So please just trust in this time and just breathe through it and just relax and surrender and do the best you can in the meantime, but balance it with surrender and understand that everything's going to happen as it needs to. All those judgments, all those misunderstandings, all that control, all of that's just in your mind. And the world really is okay around you, and you will be okay. You don't have to also be the strong one. So be, open or willing to find, your soul group, or maybe those one or two people. Maybe you'll even find people that you never thought would be the ones that would be there, or understand, and they are, once you do actually open up, or once you do actually share and realize you didn't have to hold all that in. And yeah, you'll probably have to work through some of those communication blocks and everything like that, but it's okay. Everybody's in this journey, everybody's learning, everybody's growing, nobody's perfect. It's almost a lot of times the imperfections that are the most beautiful. What matters is that you try, right? And any Scorpio knows that more than most people. Most Scorpios, although sometimes they can come across a little judgmental, and not in a way that you guys judge, but in a way it's the energy people can tend to feel around you. It's just that the intensity is strong and the observation is strong. And what you guys tend to love more than anything is really seeing people really try and really seeing people give their all, even if they fall flat on their face, even if you just ask that they keep coming back. Not in a way to control it, but in a way of learning and of humbleness, right? You guys are very big on, if somebody's ego is too big, you love pulling the carpet right from out underneath them to show them the world is not what they thought, right? So the problem is, I think you guys are going to be sitting a lot in your own energy right now, where the universe is almost kind of maybe doing to you what a lot of times you guys tend to do to other people. And the only reason I'm saying this is, remember that just the same way you guys look at people and you really admire and you have a lot of respect for those people who give their all, and you watch them fall on their face and they get back up anyways, and they fall on their face and they get back up anyways. You actually tend to have more endearment and respect for those people than the ones who are like really good but really egoic about it and have a huge head. You know what I mean? Like, you'll help out more the person who's giving all their heart and just being willing to learn and grow than the person who you're like, you just want to take them down a notch or two. And sometimes you don't have to do that to people. Let them just be. But I get it. Like, just as much as Tauruses are the teachers of the zodiac, so are Scorpios. A lot of Scorpios, a lot of times, are the ones who are like, they feel it's like their mission to teach people lessons. So it's a little different of a way than Tauruses want to, but just as necessary. So just remember sometimes, though, that it's okay for people to be like built up as much as it is for them to be knocked down. And I fully respect that now. I didn't as much in my past. But the universe definitely slammed me to the ground. And it gave me a huge piece of humble pie to eat over and over again. So, again, my point of saying all this is, it's okay. And nobody's going to judge you. So just remember that people do look at you in the same way you looked at them. You did not, you guys can be kind of judging sometimes, but when people like really are trying, and even if they fall and they get back up, but they're really trying and they're willing to surrender and learn and be a student and be humble. That I've never seen, that I can think of right now, I've never seen somebody in those moments That's not totally true. But for the most part, I've never seen somebody in those moments of a Scorpio be judging and mean. Only in maybe one or two times, and usually that person mentally had a lot of like stake themselves in it. Like we might have been doing something or playing a game that with them and their beliefs or their culture, like they'll kill somebody over, you know what I mean? So they'll throw fists. So either way, usually you guys do not look at people like that when you see people like really try and they're putting their heart and soul into it. So just remember, people will look at you in the same way. I mean, obviously there's all types of people, so you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to keep going. So I think that's it. Just please remember to talk to people and share. You do not have to go through this alone. I very much had to learn this lesson. I tried to do as much of it alone as I could until I couldn't anymore because I was spiraling really bad. And I then had to embrace putting myself out there and sharing and meeting new people and talking to people about it. And really that's when my life transformed. Okay. I think that's it. You guys, when I said that, it was 11:11 or 1:11:11, whatever. But you guys don't tend to like really long videos. So I'm going to cut it off here. I love you guys. Good luck with all of this. I don't know exactly what's going on with you. I feel like there's so many scenarios I'm not going to be able to pin it down. So please just roll with it and surrender. And I don't know. It'd be nice if you guys like flex your voice muscles a little bit and all that. But I just feel like you're going through some stuff and you feel like it's not fair and you don't know what to do now and you're trying to control it. But just try to go within and really maybe learn about your family and their patterns. And if you can't see it, maybe talk to someone else who can see your patterns and your family patterns, and being able to help you see it so that you can develop your life in a different way that has a stronger foundation instead of one that has a shaky one, or that you're just continuing that faultiness that, you know, every generation should take the benefit from the past generations and leave what hasn't worked. And I just really get this vibe. You're carrying forth so many ancestral patterns that you're also carrying forth what is no longer working. But sometimes it's hard to see that. So if you need help, let me know, or anyone else around you, just please open up. I love you guys. Good luck through all this energy. If you need help with anything, let me know. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell. Donation information, PayPal information, email information, service information, all that description box below. If you want to know about the shamanic services before I put them up there, illumination, soul retrievals, all that, email me, let me know. I love you guys. I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye.